Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Red Hood Outlaw, issue number 30. This is, oh man, there's a lot that happens in here. So there are three returns and one first appearance that may be significant. I'm not sure. So, like I said, a lot happens in here, man. All right, let's get started. Even endings have beginnings. It doesn't say if there's a part one, a part six, a part whatever. Maybe they're just beyond that. But this is something else, man. Is this a jumping on point? Hard to say, but you determine after I tell you what happens in here. Scott Lobdell is the writer. Pete Woods is the artist, and he does the cover. Rex Locust does the colors. ALW's Troy Pateri does the letters. And Philip Tan and J. David Ramos does the variant cover. So, Red Hood, Jason Todd, he decides to continue on with the story that he was doing with. It's actually referenced twice on the same page. Red Hood Outlaw Annual number 2, the final appearance basically of a living Arsenal. So yeah, this look it's weird, but I love the way they do it. The story is not necessarily cut in half. It's all a linear story, but every so often they bounce back to a moment where Jason and Arsenal are hanging out with each other. They're talking about what's about to happen. You know, what kind of case they should be hunting down. These drugs coming in and these different, like Star Labs got messed up with, and I really like that. Excuse me. So even though Red Hood is completely by himself in this, he actually does have Arsenal with him. And that is really cool. I love the way that's actually done. Now, make no mistake, you got to get past the first 2 or 3 pages, which are redundant, painfully redundant. Almost enough that I'm thinking I should put the book down and just come back to this later when I'm in a slightly better place. You know what I'm saying? But no. It picks up quick and it just starts hitting you. All sorts of weird mystical crap is happening. You kind of find out a little bit more towards the end. Anyhow, what do you call it? We go to this place, Welcome to Hell, this prison penitentiary, and Red Hood's he's deterred for like a quick split second, where he's like, "Yeah, you might have to be soulless to go in here." And he walks in, and it's like, "Oh, there's blood splatter. It looks like this is done with a sword." Who attacks people with a sword? Meanwhile, he's got a sword on it, strapped to his back, next to a crowbar. Yeah, just saying. There's some weird stuff that happens in here. But like a drone comes in, he's seeing this, and all of a sudden, this is gonna be really weird. Wingman shows up. Now, is this the original Wingman? I don't know, but Red Hood used to be Wingman. Red Hood himself used to be the Wingman, but there was a Wingman that existed before that, like way back in the day. Some way, somehow, this was supposed to be a cool character. I was never particularly impressed with this Batman wannabe, but it is what it is. But he shows up in a very modern costume, and Red Hood's just talking to him. Wingman, I didn't know that a second-rate blah, 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 blah. What's going on here? So somehow he knows I don't know. Maybe he knows who the guy actually is. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He didn't even bother trying to, like, pick up the mask or search for ID or anything like that. Anyway, yeah, this guy gets taken care of, but not by Red Hood. Hood starts walking a little bit further. He walks into this area and he comes across Bunker. Remember him? Bunker is stuck inside of some suspended animation. He's in stasis somewhere with a really weird look on his face. And then at the end of this, I don't really want to give this away, but it's interesting. Solitary shows up. That's Jason Todd's father, technically. Yeah, this is. I don't know what's going to happen in the next issue, but everybody should be grabbing it. Everybody, because this has to go down big. It's gotta. There's also a quick little bit with Bizarro and Artemis in here, really quick, and you learn that they have to keep fighting and killing things in order to get back home, which works just fine for them, I'm sure. I also mentioned there's a first appearance that could potentially be important. Red Hood comes across a dog. I know, you're thinking to yourself, oh, come on, but I want you to stop for a second and think about it. Red Hood comes across a dog. Dog takes to him. we might have a new partnership here. I'm just saying. Just saying. He might also Donny Cates the dog. Who knows? But the idea is, and by he I mean Scott Lobdell. Either way, a lot happens in this comic book. For a comic book where it's just some guy walking through a dungeon, like the beginning of a very weak video game, somehow just so much stuff starts hitting you, and it's spaced perfectly. Like, there's like, oh, well, that's really interesting. You read on a little more. Oh, wait, what's he doing? Oh my God, what's going on here? Like, yeah, it's out of control. So again, started off really bad. But about 3 pages into it, it started to pick up, and it just crescendoed. Boom. And now there's no way I'm not getting the next issue. And that's all there is to it. Guys, that's it for me. Go and check it out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.